something else, they ask me questions too, and if I look like I'm nodding or something, they start tapping me or saying you all right, and because I'm not a person that sleeps while I'm on the machine.
Right.
So they look for my symptoms and ask too. So isn't that something? You're high blood, I'm low blood, and we both getting asked questions.
Yeah.
Well, at least we survived it, you know?
Absolutely.
Now, my last question, may I say to you, young lady, if you can help or say anything to another patient, what would you say?
What would I say? I think I would tell them that no matter how hard it get, you know, no matter what thoughts are going through their head, to make sure they do their treatment, whether it's at home or at the center. I think I would tell them to make sure they take their medication, keep up with appointments, because all these things are very important, you know.
Key.
And I'm not perfect, you know. There's days I don't take my medicine. There's days I don't do what I'm supposed to do, but I later pay for it, and I know that because you notice the differences that happen when you're doing the right things. You feel better, you know.
That's true.
When you're not doing what's recommended, you know, you feel it, you know.
Oh, you do feel
You
it.
really feel it, you know.
You tell
so
the truth.
I think I would definitely tell them to keep up with everything that they're supposed to be doing, because it's all for the better.
Wow. Kidney to kidney, huh?
Yes.
Kidney to kidney. Well, Miss Valencia, we thank you for having you on the Lisa Baxter Show. And I believe we'll have you again, maybe doing something or saying something else or having some fun. We'll never know.
I would love it. I would
Okay,
love
so
it.
thank you very much. And I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Wow.
Take care.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, we at the Lisa Baxter Show today, and we're talking with a social worker. We're going a different way, from a different point of view, from a social worker aspect. And my friend is Troy Gordon, and that's who we have today.
Hello.
Troy, we glad to see you. You're looking good.
Thank you.
You're always working hard, huh?
Yeah.
I know how that is. You know, social worker to social worker, so I understand. Now, I'm glad to have you here today. I want you to relax.
Okay.
Feel good. Be yourself. Loosen up.
Okay.
All that wonderful stuff.
No
Yeah.
problem.
You know how we do. You know how we do. Now, first of all, how long you been a social worker?
I'm a social worker about 10 years now.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's good. That's good. You always dealt with kidney patients or dialysis patients, or you had different groups?
I've worked with the homeless. I work with substance abuse. I work with the mentally ill.
Okay.
I also work with children in foster care.
Wow, we got a lot in common. I worked with the homeless too.
Okay.
You know, and I worked with younger children too, that's separated from the parents and things of that nature. I was a counselor as well, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay, listen. If I was just coming, now I've been on dialysis for almost 10 years. Now, but if I was new and I just walked into the center, I just got there, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little this and that, and I'm new, I would want you to walk me through what happens to a new patient, or how would you deal with me as a new patient?
For me, you know, many people do come in a little nervous, a little anxious. Basically, I think my role is just to make you as comfortable as possible.
Okay.
Even though I'm the social worker in a dialysis facility, I've never actually been on dialysis. You know, I try to empathize with you as much as possible, and I would like to get how you feel right now. Like, what's your feelings? What are you feeling?
Yes.
And like, whatever questions you have, let's answer them. Let's answer or get all your questions out the way. And for the most part, I know in the hospital, sometimes they discharge you and they just tell you your kidneys is breaking down. They don't give you the direct.
Yeah.
They don't give you all the information that you need to surmise up your kidney problems. So they just tell you got to go on dialysis, and that's a little overwhelming. You just telling me I got to go on.
Devastating.
Yeah. So you know, I just try to make you feel as comfortable as possible, and I want to. Before we do anything, I like for you to get all your questions out. And if you don't have no questions, I try to break down the process is what's going to happen. Like, most people come in with the permacath.
Right.
So, I try to educate you now what's going to happen next. They're going to try to encourage you to get a access, either a fistula or a
Okay.
graft. And, and I just explain to you how these accesses are better because
It lasts longer.
they last longer, but they also give you better treatment so you can feel better quicker.
Yeah.
And I just explain to them the permacath, how you should keep it clean and things, how this can get easily infected.
Yeah.
And tell you the process of what's available to you if you're working. I try to, if you can continue to work, I encourage that because I think you need that outlet. And don't quit your job. Then you don't interact with nobody. You tend to isolate yourself. You tend to get a little depressed. I try to tell you if you're able to work, I try to encourage for you to continue to work. If not, I tell you whatever avenues is available for you. For the older patient, I try to make sure that the insurances try to get them the appropriate insurance so they can get additional services like home care, ambulance services, and things of that nature.
And ambulance drives them around, right, to the places that.
Yes, to the dialysis center. Anything medical, with the way the insurances are being operated now, they'll take you to all your medical appointments and things of that nature. So I just try to facilitate a case plan which you'll feel okay about yourself, and if any problem arises, I try to address it as best as I can.
Well, that's good. That's good. You do come in nervous. You do come in scared. All I kept thinking about is the needles, even though it wasn't time for me to have a needle yet. I had got my catheter at the same time. I got my fistula, so when they operated on me, they did both.
Okay.
And then they put it in the groin temporarily as an emergency, which was very painful. I won't say I'll never see that again or would like to see it again. But I forgot not to say that. But what I would like to ask you, how would you help me if I needed help? Because I know a lot of dialysis patients have different issues. I mean, maybe some things aren't your avenue,
I'm still trying to get the grasp of how this Obamacare is going to affect the certain insurances with Medicare and Medicaid. But for the most part, let's say, for example, for the elderly individuals that come in, and many of them, they live alone outside family, or their spouse is elderly just as well as them. I try to determine, first thing I try to do is determine what benefits their insurance have.
Okay.
So I can evaluate what I can actually do, or what I should inform you to do. A lot of times with a lot of individuals who have worked and they have gotten Medicare, many of them don't have a home care benefit. So I have to try to navigate what's the actual benefit which I can get somebody to come in your house, either it's temporarily or permanent, to see what's actually available.
That's good.
Sometimes if you work, a lot of the commercial benefits, they don't provide transportation. So I identify Accessify, refer you to Accessify. And just, I know a lot of church organizations, they provide individuals who will assist people with cleaning up their houses. So I just try to run through the gamut of finding all the appropriate services available that your insurance don't have. But if you have Medicaid, for the most part, Medicaid provides you the opportunity to get whatever you need. So, just going through them avenues I try to do.
Okay, that's good. That's very good. I mean, because we need that. We need all the help that we can get. What would you say your toughest case? I'm sure you had well, first of all, how big is your caseload, and what was one of your toughest cases?
My current caseload is about 120. And
that keep you hopping.
Yeah, my toughest caseload, it was a young lady who, I have to say, she was resistant to treatment. She worked. She didn't felt she can work and do dialysis, so she quit her job. And it was hard for her in the going. She used to
adjust to that.
Yeah, she used to do marijuana, so just trying to encourage her to stop using the marijuana. She had an ACS case with her son, and just telling her the importance of coming to treatment and doing what she needed to do for ACS. That was one of my hardest cases. But for the most part, just a lot of times people not being truly aware of what dialysis is, and just trying to make them feel comfortable about, I work for you. Whatever you need, I'm gonna go with you through the whole process. And we're gonna go through this together. So whatever questions you have, let me know, and I'll make sure I try to answer them as best as I can.
I remember when I first started, they had a psychiatrist at the center.
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't need no psychiatrist. Why they give me a psychiatrist? You know. But then when I looked at it, the psychiatrist just let you talk or let you vent, and we need that. I mean, as being a dialysis patient myself, you need to vent because there you have your good days, you have your bad days, you have your tough days, you have your days you don't want to be stuck with any needles, you don't want anybody in your face, or you don't feel good, or you just don't want to go through it, you don't want to be dancing with the machine or laying next to it. You know, you just get frustrated and a whole lot of a gamut of emotions. You know, but it's good to know. It's very good to know that you are a social worker that care.
Yeah, definitely.
And a social worker that is by the side of the dialysis patient, or you know, or the ones that go through the center.
Yeah.
You know, so okay. Now, you have some of us that don't like to accept what's wrong with us. We might be rebellious. We might be